right. Hello. Welcome. So this is a winter solstice reading from Juno Joan Tarot. I ended up starting this on my iPad when I first set it up. So that means I had to post it on my iPad and I could not use my computer. So here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is going to be a reading on what to expect for the winter solstice. So I can't show you the view that I wanted to. I will continue to speak as I continue to set things up. I had a little bit of technical difficulties getting all of this together, but we are here, you are here, I am here. So let's take a bit and try to get it to work. So if you're just tuning in with us now, I had some issues because I initially scheduled this live stream using my iPad, and apparently when you start on mobile, you cannot move to the computer. So, one second. Hopefully this doesn't get too bogged down. Okay, here we are. Let's take a look. I can't see the entire chat here, but that's okay. I've got Preston here. Hello, Luna. Hello. Okay, so people are tuning in. Great. Wonderful. So we're going to start right in with this one. We won't wait any longer. Let's take a look. So I'm going to pull some cards to try to get a better understanding on what to expect for the winter solstice. So happy winter, everyone. Winter has begun for all of us here in the northern hemisphere, although it's been cold where I am a little bit longer, but it is officially winter now. So we have the shortest day of the year today, and for a long time, many cultures have celebrated the winter solstice as a way of coming back to oneself, right? Well, the day is the shortest now that it will be for the year, and then it will slowly get brighter as time moves on, which is wonderful. So let's take a look and see what we have for tarot. I will show them to you because I can't show them to you here, so I'll hold them up and let's take a look. The first card that came out here is the Ace of Pentacles, and you may have it reversed on your screen. I'm not sure because I think it's showing it mirrored. But anyway, the Ace of Pentacles is all about, it's a brand new beginning, a new start in the physical world. So something about this particular winter solstice is bringing us new changes in our world, right? The world around us is changing, and there are new beginnings, new things happening, new opportunities, new physical things. The pentacles are all about the physical world. So as this new oh, great. That's good to know that things are not mirrored for you, which is nice. They are mirrored for me, but not you. Okay. What's interesting here is, these new beginnings and new opportunities are all around you. And so it's all about learning how to see where these opportunities are showing up in your own personal life. Next up, we have the Eight of Swords here, and as you can see, in this particular deck, it's normally it's depicted as a person who's blindfolded, right? And so it can indicate a stuck energy or not knowing or not seeing things clearly. Now, with this particular deck, this is the Wild Unknown Tarot. As you can see, with it showing the chrysalis here, sometimes when we are paused in life, that pausing energy, that step back, is actually an opportunity to grow, to transform. And so if there have been areas in your life where you felt a little bit stuck here, there's opportunities coming in with this winter solstice to open up to the wisdom and the knowledge that comes from taking a step back, right? And that sort of reserved energy is kind of all about what the winter is about. I mean, this is the shortest day of the year. Depending on where you are in the world, it can be very cold. It's talking about going inside, going within, and staying warm in the dark, right? this is the darkest day that it will be, and it will only get brighter from here until the summer solstice. So as you take the opportunity to pause in your own life and take a step back, try to see where some of that pausing energy can help you transform, can help you understand where you're at better, can help you understand who you are and what's going on in your life. Because sometimes those insights can only come to us when we take a step back, when we stop doing what we're doing and stop moving so hard, and actually take some time to reflect and see where things are coming in. Now, as I say that, though, we do have the Chariot card, which talks about swift moving action. So I think that as we move forward now, as we move out of the winter and start moving towards the brighter days, right, energy will start to pick up now. So I do think that there is an opportunity moving forward here where there's like an exponential gaining of energy coming, right? So there's an opportunity to really experience and understand a swift moving thing, right? So as we have this new beginning here, whoops, hopefully that's okay. Hold on. Now, let me just make sure that we're plugged in. 1 second. We'll continue this in a minute. Once again, sorry guys for weird technical issues here, but I don't want to have this die on us. Alright, just gonna plug this in. Anyway, as I was saying, the Ace of Pentacles really does talk about a new opportunity, right? A new beginning in the physical world. And so even though there may have been some kind of stuck energy in the past, I do think that there is a swift moving energy moving in forward here. And so whatever energy of feeling stuck in the past has been, now that the solstice has come and the days are changing, things are growing, there's more of an opportunity for this new beginning in the physical world to move in quickly. So if there have been areas in your life that you think have felt stuck, right, winter is all about a pause anyway. And from a spiritual perspective, winter is about taking a break, taking a step back, and allowing time to process things, and so that you can then move forward. So now we have the Two of Cups here, and we have the Mother of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands in most decks. So with the Two of Cups, this can talk about two things. It can talk about partnerships. It can talk about meeting up with someone else. So there may be some opportunity with this winter solstice to actually connect with other people, and potentially to allow those connections to help you move forward, right? Maybe there is help available to you in certain aspects of your life, in certain areas, in certain opportunities, and maybe that help is going to be met with some kind of partnership with someone. It could also indicate romantic relationships. It doesn't always have to, but it could. Maybe there's an opportunity to reconnect with loved ones here with this winter solstice. I mean, think about it. It's cold outside, and it's a good time to to be inside with other people, right? And to reconnect. And the warmth that we share with others can help us get through the winter, right? So there's an opportunity for that here with the Two of Cups. And now with the Mother of Wands, or the Queen of Wands in most decks, she's all about following inspired action, right? She can be a very creative person in the deck, and so there's opportunity to join in your own personal creativity, and maybe to mesh your creativity with other people as well. Maybe there's an opportunity to have some kind of partnership here in a creative venture, right? It doesn't have to. This is a general reading, so it's for anyone. But there is an indication of that kind of opportunity here with the winter solstice. So maybe taking some time inside allows you to see things from a new perspective, and plan on a future where you are moving your world around, and there could be some kind of creative partnership with someone there. So anyway, those are those. Let's take a look now. I think I'm going to do one more round of tarot. We'll do cards from the Smith-Waite deck, and then after that, I think I've got some cards from the Shamanic Healing Oracle that we can look at as well. And yeah, we'll call it a reading. So let's look at some cards from the Smithwaite deck. Okay. Let's see, a couple more. All right. Interesting. Okay. Wow. All right. Crazy cards. All right, one more. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay, so some interesting cards have come out here. So depending on who you are and what's going on in your life, there may be some um, inner stuff going on, and I think maybe we're all feeling that as a collective right now. We got the worry card here, and we have sort of the defeat card, right? You have the 9 and 10 of swords. A lot of times, these cards are far more dramatic than our life situations actually call for, and they can talk about that, right? Sometimes it gets really easy to get lost in the mind here, and really kind of wallow in any kind of difficulties that might be happening in our lives, right? And that's fair, right? Life can throw us really challenging, strange things sometimes. But what's important to remember, first, we'll look at the Nine of Swords here. For her, she's waking up from a nightmare, right? So she's got all of this difficult pain in her mind. A lot of times we can consider this to be like anxiety. Those things happen, right? But the thing about it is, they're in her mind here, right? Which isn't to say that that negates that they are happening, right? That she's feeling these things. No, it doesn't negate that, but it does kind of help understand that there's some perspective stuff going on here. So, sometimes when you're feeling those kinds of difficulties, even if you are experiencing these difficult challenges, there are ways to come back to yourself here, right? We also have the Ten of Swords, which can talk about, like I said, defeat. It can be kind of a despair energy sometimes. But the thing about this card that's in particular is if you look at, he's got 10 swords coming out of him, right? Only one sword was needed to kill him, right? So a lot of times this can be a very dramatic card, right? And more than what's called for. So sometimes when we have difficult things happen to us, we like to wallow, right? And so we can fall and wallow in our situations. And so, with this Five of Swords energy here, if you've been through challenging and difficult situations with other people, and I think it's kind of hard to get through life without that happening sometimes, there's an indication here to maybe try to look at things a little bit differently, right? It's easy when challenging things come up with others to get lost in all of the difficult and horrible things that can happen with that, but you have some other indications here to help you, right? You are actually ultimately this battle-hardened soldier, right? With the Nine of Wands. And so when the Nine of Wands comes up, it shows that, yes, this person has been through difficult situations. Yes, they have faced challenges, and they very well may likely face them again. But the thing about it is, they've been through this before, right? And they've survived over and over again. And everything that this person has been through has led them to becoming a deeply stronger person. And so there's some opportunity here to really embrace for yourself, instead of, thinking about how everything could go wrong with the Nine of Swords, start thinking about how everything has gone right for you, right? Even in the face of strife and challenges and difficulties, you have still made it out of those situations here with this Nine of Wands. And so it's sort of thinking about, looking at the resilience that exists within you and focusing on your own personal resilient nature, instead of focusing on the external situations of this person doing that and that person doing this and they said this and blah 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 blah, right? Instead, it's like really paying attention to is really paying attention to all of the things that you have actually achieved in your life, all of the things that you've actually worked on. And by focusing on your own personal sense of accomplishment, by focusing on all of the ways that you've made it through these difficult and challenging situations, you actually can help yourself move forward through the situation. Now, with the moon here, this can indicate like not necessarily seeing the entire pathway forward for yourself, but ultimately, even if you can't see everything ahead, you can still see small steps in front of you. And so I think that big picture wise, as we move into whatever this new beginning in the material world with the Ace of Pentacles that came up before, as you move into this new beginning, don't feel as though you have to have all of the answers right away here, right, with the Moon card. Don't feel as though you have to have everything worked out, everything lined up, and don't feel overwhelmed by that, right? So sometimes these two cards can indicate a sense of being deeply overwhelmed by everything you have to do, everything that's coming up, all of those kinds of things. With the Moon card, you don't actually have to know everything moving forward, right? You can take things one step at a time. You can understand things a little bit each moment and not have to have all of the answers in front of you. You can actually slowly move step by step by step forward, right? Yeah, okay, so that was very particular. I don't know, hopefully that matched a bunch of people. Let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. So I think I'm gonna keep doing tarot. This is good. And then we'll go into some oracle cards in a bit. But this definitely messages for some people. All right, let's look at some more cards. So these are generally solstice messages, but I feel like these are also just kind of whatever messages need to come out to people right now. So we'll just keep it going. Let's see, what else, what else? Some more cards. Let's see. Two more. Okay, one more. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's see. What came out first was the Justice card, right? And the Ace of Swords. Let's look at these together. Okay, so with the Justice energy, right? The Justice card is all about it's all about balance, right? And it's connecting a sense of balance at the universal level, right? It's the scales, the tipping of the scales and the balancing of the scales. And look, it's funny. We see the Sword of Justice here, and with the Ace of Swords here, and they're in the same position. So. The Ace of Swords talks about a new beginning, and it's a new beginning towards the mind and the thought processes. So as we had that Nine of Swords here, talking about all the worry and the anxiety and the overwhelming thoughts and all of that over and over and over again. There's really a sense here with these two together of really kind of finding a way to focus on rebalancing your thoughts, right? And working at it, actually putting in work in that area. And so if you decide to approach life from a new perspective and really try to calm your thought process, there's an opportunity to really find a way to balance this here. But it might take work and it might take effort, right? But the more that you work at that, the more opportunity you have to really come into a sense of calm and clarity within. And so this particular winter solstice is bringing you an opportunity to find a way to further balance your own thought processes and your own thinking, right? There's an opportunity to see things from a new perspective here. And sometimes, winter can really help with that, right? As we have the longest day or the shortest day of the year here, the longest night of the year, how can you use that night, right? I'm thinking of the Hermit card. It hasn't come out, but it kind of reminds me of that. How can you use this opportunity of peace and calm and respite aside to allow yourself to come into a sense of internal balance, to come into a sense of personal clarity? Use the winter to rest more, right? A lot of times I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I feel like for my own personal movement through things. Um, Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. So, yeah, we are continuing on with this reading. Anyway, like I was saying, even though there can be some times where uh, what am I saying? Winter, nighttime, right? Okay, yeah. So the winter and the nighttime can be a really great time to rest, right? To recuperate. And like I was saying, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but for me, I feel like every winter I sort of have more reserved feelings. I kind of take a step back and I feel more active in pushing and doing and creating in the summertime, right? So with this winter solstice, you can really take an opportunity to rebalance aspects of your life. You know, don't feel like you have to create everything all at once. Don't feel like you have to push, 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 do right now. I think right now is a good time to go within, to take a step back, to allow yourself to see where you are, to rebalance and that kind of thing, and then to come to a sense uh, of peace and clarity and calm with this new perspective. Now, some more help here. We've got the devil and we've got the high priestess. So the devil card is another one of those that's, sometimes tarot has this sense of being a little intense when it doesn't necessarily need to be, right? A more modern interpretation of the devil card, which hopefully there's no like censoring going on. Should I be censoring this? Anyway, the thing about the devil card is it's sort of like it can talk about like liberating yourself from the things that bind you, right? And for it to come out with the high priestess here, it's sort of like there's a lot of things that can block the intuition. The high priestess, she represents our intuitive nature, our connecting to the greater wisdom that exists within. And, we are all part of the same larger universal energies and that kind of thing. And, there's a sense here with the high priestess and the devil together. It's sort of like the things that can block you from that inner wisdom, that inner knowing. It's the stuff that gets lost in your mind, and it's a continuation, I think, of that. Where did we go? Of that 9 and 10 of swords that came up before. A continuation of that energy, right? It's like the things that keep you from actually tuning into your your intuitive understanding of things, right? The things that actually kind of that keep you from connecting to that are these inner dialogue, the inner mess, the personal attacking, right? The anxious thoughts, that kind of thing. Now, it doesn't exactly. What do the B and J mean? I'm not entirely sure. They represent something, and most likely it's Hebrew. I think back in the those like occulty sort of groups where they use the Western mysticism from Hebrew and stuff. I don't know. Somebody Google it. Anyway, um, continuing on. Oh, sorry. For those of you who didn't catch that comment, somebody was asking what the B and the J on the High Priestess stand for, and I am actually not entirely sure. But anyway, looking at these two cards here, it's those inner thoughts, that endless mess that can really, attack yourself in that. Now, the way to get through that kind of thing is to continue to remember that at the end of the day, you are actually not your thoughts, right? And it's kind of confusing, but we identify with our thoughts a lot in life. And so when we have these thinking things, we can say, oh my God, I can't believe I thought that. I can't believe that, I'm just all of these things, right? And so you have this inner script going sometimes where you can really put yourself down and, spiral down in that. But the thing about that is ultimately, you are not those thoughts. Those thoughts are playing in your mind, but you are actually the awareness of those thoughts, right? And so the more that you start to see yourself in that way, and not as the thoughts themselves, but the 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 awareness behind those thoughts, right? We can look at these two cards as exactly that, right? The devil, the things that bind you, those are the thoughts, right? And not all thoughts are bad, right? Not all thoughts are negative, but we can look at the devil as being the thoughts that bind you. The high priestess then would represent the awareness behind that, and so this particular winter solstice may give you an opportunity to start looking at the awareness behind the thoughts. And if you're looking for more of an opportunity in a way to really kind of clear out those kinds of thinking and connect more to the awareness behind your thoughts, one thing that can really help is mindfulness practices. So mindfulness is the practice of learning how to see the thoughts that come up and not necessarily trying to control them or stop them, but just to see them, right? Because ultimately, the mental state, as any state, is a temporary one. All states are temporary. Change is the inevitability of the world that we exist in. And so, as these kinds of difficult thinking and thought processes come up, if you are practicing seeing them, and moving through them from an aware perspective, then you don't have to get caught in the thought loop train where you go spiraling down and down and down, because you see them there. And then you can counter those narratives sometimes too, as particularly if they're any kind of negative self-talk. You can learn how to counter those, because if you're looking at them, if you're seeing them, you can be like, oh, actually that's not true, right? Actually, I am not this horrible person I'm telling myself I am. Actually, I'm gonna look at myself with a little bit more nuance. What would I tell a friend of mine if I heard a friend of mine tell themselves about that, right? If a friend of mine was talking about themselves in the way that I'm talking to myself, what would I say to that? Would I agree with them? Would I agree with all of those horrible words, or would I tell them no, like, you are not that way? That's not the case at all, right? And so how can you start treating yourself in the same kind of way? How can you start treating yourself in a way where you're meeting yourself with that kindness, and that kind of thing can really help out here. So we're almost at a half an hour here. That's kind of where I was going to cut it off. I mean, we'll see how far we go, but I think I'm going to pull from the Shamanic Healing Oracle, see if we can get some major themes, and then maybe we'll do some audience questions. I don't know. With it being a live reading, there's a lot of opportunity. So if anybody wants a little mini public personal reading, we might do that at the end. So that'll be fun. So let's take a look here at the Shamanic Healing Oracle, see what we come up with. Okay, so themes. Okay, hold on. All right, we'll just read it. Anyway, okay, so we have sexual energy, right? Okay, so what does this mean? This isn't necessarily talking about sex, although it can. This card definitely can. It's more about the creative forces of the universe, right? The things of the energy of creation, of making, of doing. Sacral chakra, if you are interested in any of the chakra points here. Yeah, so the thing about this kind of energy is it's all about doing, creating, making, having an idea and bringing it about into the world, birthing things into this world that are mostly just in the mental space, right? So how can you channel your own internal being in a way that's creative, right, and not destructive? And I think that connects with exactly what we were talking about, with those intrusive thoughts and that kind of thing, is like not letting that aspect of you create the world around you and your reality, right? But letting the things that you that build you up build into your world. Building your world out of the things that are beautiful and wonderful and that you want, right? And not necessarily the spiral bringing you down, right? Yeah. Okay. So since it's been about a half an hour, I think I'm going to open this up to audience questions. So does anybody want me to pull a card on something? Put a comment if you do. We'll just wait and see here. Let's see. I don't know exactly how to show the chat here. All I get is little blinkings as if every time one pops up. So yeah, as soon as you think of one, Preston's thinking of one. If you want a question answered, let me know. Or if you just want me to pull a card for you and talk about it, let me know too. Raise your hand. Opening it up to anybody. So yeah, don't worry about a question. Maybe just if you want me to pull a card for you, just say me. So, but I need you to make a comment about it so I can see it. Anybody? Yeah, okay, Luna. All right, Luna, let's see what wants to come out. And then Layla. So we'll start with Luna, then we'll go Layla. Let's see. Card. One card for Luna. All right. Oh, two. Okay, here we go. 3. All right, Luna, you get 3. Ooh, nice. All right, so for you, the first card that came out, Luna, was the 8 of Pentacles. So I think that you have been putting in a tremendous amount of work in some area, some aspect of your life here, right? And so with this 8 of Pentacles energy, it talks about real hard work. And, that hard work has opened up this like really beautiful, fortunate period for you, right? So the universe is giving back. When you put work into something, that work is coming back to you in some aspect. Now, what aspect is that going to be coming out for you? We have the Page of Wands, right? So with the Page of Wands here, you've got fortune coming to you from this work that you've done, and it's coming to you as a new start, a new beginning towards actually following your passions and your drives. And I think that the more that you put in work in the areas in your life that you truly care about, right? The more that you're going to feel really satisfied here with that Page of Wands. And this might be a new journey too, right? With it being a page, this might be a new start, a new journey in some aspect. So don't feel as though you have to have everything figured out right away. Don't feel as though you need to have a huge plan going. Take it as it flows, right? Be open to learning how to do things in a new way. The pages can be the students in the deck sometimes. So if you are in a period where you are still learning new things about certain things, that's okay too, right? So as you put in this work in these areas, you will see results in some aspect here with the fortune, and it might be slow going with that page, but you have real opportunity coming to you here. So that's exciting. Okay, let's see, Layla. Let's do a little mini reading for you. All right. Will I get my phone before December? Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna do. I've got Layla, then I got Preston, then I can do you. Okay. So, Layla, let's see what's going on. Okay, so you've got the Knight of Pentacles. You've got the 9 of Cups, and you've got the 5 of Wands. So with the Knight of Pentacles here, I always tend to relate the Knights to where is the energy moving in the reading, right? So where is energy flowing for you? Where is movement? The movement's happening in your physical world. So I do think there are some major changes happening in the world around you in some aspect, and it could be, something physical, right? It could be health, it could be changing places. There's movement in your physical world. Now, with it being the Pentacles Knight, as you can see, that horse isn't going anywhere. So this is one of the slowest moving cards. So as things move into your world, as your world changes, just know that it takes the most time for actual physical changes and manifestations to come into being. So, have some patience with that. Sometimes it can talk about that. Now, as you have to wait and have patience, a part of you might feel as though you're stuck here, right? There is movement with this card, even though it might feel as though things are stuck, as things aren't moving forward. They actually are. It's very, very slow. So in the meantime, as things work out, as things move in a general direction for you, know with the Nine of Cups that you can be satisfied with what you've accomplished already, and there's a certain aspect here of letting your own personal accomplishments help you as things move slowly, as new things come in, right? So look at all of the things you actually have achieved in your life so far, that you have accomplished, that you have worked on, and those accomplishments can actually let those be satisfying to you in a certain sense. Let them celebrate your victories in life with that Nine of Cups, because they're worth it. And those celebratory feelings of the things you have accomplished can help you move through feeling sort of stuck right now as you build changes into your world moving forward. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So next up is for Preston. Let's see what we got. Oh, gosh. Okay. And we've got... Ooh, oh man. Okay, Preston. All right, what else we got? Not too scary, but you got some intense cards here, so we'll go over in a second. Let's see, one more. One more for Preston. Come on. There we go. Oh, okay. All right. Lots of work. Putting in lots of work places, that's for sure. So, yeah. What else we got, though? Okay, we have got the Devil, and we've got the Tower. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the devil already, right? And so the devil can be the things that bind you, right? And the energies that really kind of stop you from being able to move forward. And those can be internal, those can be external. Basically, let's take a oh, that's great. Awesome, Layla. I'm happy. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the devil card here. And hopefully YouTube won't get mad that there's naked people. The big thing about this, like, take a look at these chains, right? They are chained to this guy down here, but as you can see, those chains are very loose, right? They put them on their heads themselves, most likely, right? And if they want, they could easily take them and walk away. So sometimes the things that bind us in life, they only bind us because we are telling ourselves that they do, right? We've come to an understanding that the world is the way it is based on personal experience. It's very easy for everything that's happened in the past to inform where we are and how we're moving forward. But sometimes those situations, those things, those aspects of the past can actually they limit us, right? They expectations based on past experience are a self-limiting beliefs that we put on ourselves, right? Ultimately, you actually have infinite possibility ahead of you, but the only way to be able to access that infinite possibility is to not get bogged down by everything that's come before and not predict what's coming next based on the things that have happened. And so I think there's a little bit of this energy here. But with the Tower coming after that, that's actually really great news, right? Because the Tower, though a challenging card sometimes, can be one of the most challenging in the deck because it talks about a total shift in reality, basically. This Tower is the built up aspects of all of the things that we assume coming tumbling down, right? Because it can't stand. If you think about if you built a castle on sand, that castle will crumble eventually because it's built on shaky foundations. And so there's some aspect to this to your situation where maybe you've built yourself up on shaky foundations. But this is actually a really blessing thing because what's built on these foundations? The things that have been keeping you stuck, right? So there may be some things coming in your life right now or up soon where things are going to get totally shaken up. um, and just kind of try to ride it, because ultimately I think there will become an opportunity to rebuild afterward. If you think about it, after the tower comes the star, which is one of the most beautiful, loving cards in the entire deck, but it's the light that comes at night, right? So there may be some difficult situations potentially coming up, or it doesn't always have to be, right? The tower isn't always scary. Sometimes it's all about uh, 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 basically it means a new beginning and a total change in the physical world. Sometimes the death card can mean the mental, and the tower means the physical, right? It's a total change of your physical life. And so there's something that's coming in that's going to help you change your physical stuff, right? And I think it's going to help you kind of finally come out of this energy of the things that are binding you towards anything in particular. So yeah, anyway, that's that. Okay, so there was one more person, right? Somebody wanted something about a phone. I don't remember. Can somebody put that message back? I can't see all of the messages. I just have like one showing up at a time. Oh, there we go. Here, I found it. Okay, hold up. I'm Cornwall. Will I get my phone before 24th December? You still want to know about your phone? I don't know. I don't really do those kinds of readings, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what comes up. Something about a phone. What do we got? Well, all right. I don't do super predictive readings, so I don't know if your phone comes, great. If it doesn't come, great. But you have the heartbreak card and you've got the stuck card. So, I don't know if your phone's coming, but I don't know. I mean, maybe. Heartbreak and stuck. So there's some aspect of whatever's going on in your life or your situation where, you might not feel so great about things. And, with these two together, let's just talk about what's going on here. It's not necessarily about a phone. With the stuck card here, this talks about being in a battle. And, the thing about the Five of Wands, it can either be internal or external. But it's this idea that all of these people are at a stalemate here. Nobody's going to win this battle, right? It's just fighting and fighting and fighting. And so if there are aspects, in your life with this heartbreak card where you feel sad, don't let that grief, don't try to turn that on to somebody else, right? I'm kind of getting the feeling with this is like this, I'm hurt, so now I hurt you, right? But that kind of reciprocal nature of things, it never fixes anything, right? If you take this heartbreak and you keep it going, right, it just continues to perpetuate that energy moving forward, and you're not actually helping anyone. You're definitely not helping yourself, and you're not helping the person that may have hurt you, right? And when hurt people, right? There's that adage, and it's very true. And I know that sometimes when somebody does something painful in your life, it's never easy, right? It's never easy to experience like heartbreak and to experience pain and to have somebody break your heart, right? But even so, that doesn't necessarily justify you putting that on somebody else, because that's not going to feel better. It's just going to feel worse. And then, then you're perpetuating that, and somebody else has to deal with that. And you continue to deal with it because you're not actually helping yourself. You're just bringing pain on to others. So hopefully that helps you in some aspect about whether or not your phone is coming. I don't know. Anyway, anybody else want a reading? We got new people coming in. Let's see. Yeah, so if you want a little mini reading, I'm still here. So we have 4 people in the chat right now. I've only given 3, so oh no, I've given 4 with Luna as well. Okay, guys, well, maybe that's everybody. Is there somebody new who wants a little mini reading before I end it? Anybody? No. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. If you've caught this in post, you've probably already left by now, but maybe not. I don't know. So thank you so much for tuning in. These were some general collective messages for the Winter Solstice 2022, as well as some little mini private readings. So thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful Winter Solstice, and happy holidays to those who celebrate here in December. And I'll catch you all later. Tune in, a little sneak preview for those of you who are still tuned in. I will be doing some really great new moon cycle readings for each zodiac sign. I have them all filmed, little mini 5-minute readings. So those will be posted on the new moon, which is the 23rd. So keep an eye out for that. I'm really excited about that and doing some more zodiac stuff. And there'll be plenty more pick a card readings moving forward as well. So stay tuned for that. Nice to see everybody, all my friends who are here. Thanks, Layla and Preston for tuning in, and Luna for tuning in, and our other person for tuning in as well. I hope your phone works out. And anybody else who's tuned in. I'll catch you later. Bye. Maybe. I don't know how to do this. Yes, okay. Goodbye.